Hey, what's going on, guys? Saiyan Motion here, back with another video, and today we're finally doing the collab. And please, may you introduce yourself.
Thanks, dude. Yo guys, DBS Nitro, or you can call me Nitro here on Saiyan's channel, and today we'll be back with a part 2 of our collab What If. What If Universe 6 won the Tournament of Destroyers?
Before we begin though, make sure to check out Nitro's channel for part 1, and make sure to sub to his and mine for more content. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Previously, Frost had tried to kill all the Saiyans Frieza style, but with training from Goku and Vegeta, Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale had come through and defeated Frost. They were able to do this by ascending to the next level. With Caulifla finally achieving Super Saiyan 3 and Kale with Super Saiyan 2, we left with the Tournament of Power being announced by the Grand Priest. Our story starts there.
After being informed on this, Champa would recruit his main fighters. First would be Hit, followed by Goku, Vegeta, Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale. These would be the strongest fighters, so it would be no surprise that they were picked. However, alongside them, there would also be 17 and 18. After them, Piccolo would also be recruited. Hit would be assigned as the team leader, and he would deduce that they go to Namek to recruit another Namekian, seeing as how he had a feeling that they would be pretty strong. When they arrived, they would see that all the Namekians had fused into 2 fighters. Hit would see this as a problem, as there would be 2 fighters but only 1 slot left. Though since the Namekians could fuse, they would tell Piccolo this information. Saiyan and Piranha would fuse into 1 being before further fusing with Piccolo. If you remember in main canon, the Namekians alone were near Ultimate Gohan's level, so just them fusing together would grant them a huge boost. But then, even further fusing into Piccolo would cause them to skyrocket to near the top of the list, well in terms of power of course. Gohan would be the last member, since he is pretty strong, and training with that strong of a Piccolo would no doubt make him even stronger.
They would then go to the tournament stage where the fight begins. But before this, we asked ourselves, who would fight in Universe 7? Well, Beerus lost most of his strong fighters due to the wish made by Champa, though there are still a few options. First, they find Broly and Paragus. Broly joins the team, but Paragus is too weak, so they go on to find more fighters. They then find a Namekian warrior who has also fused like they did to fight Moro. Speaking of Moro, Beerus would then go to the Galactic Prison. Surprisingly, Moro would not be released. Instead, it would be 7-3, Sagambo, and Shimo Rekka. Jocko would also be recruited after this. Beerus would then go to the other world knowing that many strong fighters would be there. Here, he would recruit Frieza, Paikon, Alibu, Paibara, and for the final pick, it would be Dabura. And so the tournament begins. Universe 7 is doing good, though Universe 6 is doing better. Goku and Vegeta would see Beerus' choices and are pretty freaked out by who he picked. Though after regaining their cool, they would go on to eliminate Universe 9 and 2. Jocko would take out Universe 4's smaller members, and Goku would eventually take on Jiren.
The fight would proceed as usual, up to when Hit attempts to fight Jiren. Here, after Jiren begins to turn the tides in their fight, he would actually be saved by Caulifla in Super Saiyan 3. They would move away and begin to take the strategic approach, setting down small ki blasts for Jiren to step on. Here Kale and Caulifla would have way better ki control and better mastery over more techniques, which is to be expected since Goku was their master. Jiren would dismiss them as not being worth his time and would stop chasing after Hit, before proceeding to meditate, much like how he did in the original series. Events would occur similar to how they originally did, though here, Kaba would be able to survive and does not get taken out by Frieza. This would be due to Frieza actually getting completely demolished by an angered Vegeta, who would think Beerus was a fool for recruiting him. Due to this, he would go on to eliminate Frieza quickly to prove to Beerus just how much of a waste recruiting him was. With the many eliminations that Universe 7 would be receiving, eventually this would get to Broly. Seeing that he was the last one standing, the threat of Paragus being eliminated would cause him to use his Ikari state, though he is quickly taken out by Jiren, who sensed its power growing and deemed it too dangerous to let him continue. This means that Universe 7 would be erased, thus leaving Universes 6, 3 and 11 still here. Universe 6 would actually have most of its members still here. 18 would be eliminated alongside Gohan in the battle against Universe 3, but other than those two, everyone else would still be present.
Hit and Piccolo would take Dispo while Caulifla, Kale, and Kaba took on Toppo. Goku and Vegeta would take on Jiren. The fight would go usual with Jiren, but Dispo is destroyed by Hit and Piccolo. They then help the 3 Saiyans fight Toppo. Toppo is actually losing badly, so he decides to use his God form. This actually proves to still be just about on par with the 5 fighters. he would actually be able to land a hit on Kaba, knocking him out of the ring. To this, everyone would start to work. Toppa now has to start to get the upper hand on the group. As Caulifla is about to fall out, she screams to Kale, saying, "Do it." A light appears pulling Caulifla, and when we see the area, they aren't two people anymore, there's one. Champa screams saying, "Let's go!" Kefla in Super Saiyan 2 was nearing UI Goku. This time we have a much stronger Kale and Caulifla, both mastered Super Saiyan 2. They would defeat Toppo in a few hits at most.
Jiren would then be attacked by this Kefla, who had now underwent her Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Though due to this, her time would be running out much faster, and so she would decide to get serious, attempting to end this quickly. She would actually have a huge advantage over the suppressed Jiren in this fight, though as she decides to go on the offensive and would be about to land a finishing blow on Jiren, she would suddenly defuse. The two of them are then swiftly knocked out by Jiren, who doesn't want that happening again. This would result in a similar final standoff, though here we will be going with the manga route. Instead of 17 and Frieza making a plan, due to Frieza being eliminated and on another team, here it would be 17 and Piccolo. 17 self-destructs, not really, and Piccolo would hold off Jiren for a while. He would then be knocked out of the ring, though before he would give his remaining energy, which would actually be a substantial amount, to both Goku and Vegeta. They would both then go on to fight Jiren, who would be much more injured than in main canon due to his fight with Kefla, and as they are both about to be knocked out, they would suddenly both dodge.
Out of nowhere, they both start to get the upper hand on Jiren. They both have done it. Goku for the third time and Vegeta for the first. Now Vegeta here is actually much closer to Kaba, and he needs to win to not have their universe erased and bring back the other universes as well alongside Goku. Goku would eventually use Master Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta continues to provide support as he's weaker and can't really go hand to hand with Jiren, who's actually broken his limiter as well. Once Goku is about to finish Jiren and falls out of Master UI, Vegeta is about to blast him, but as the blast hits Jiren, he starts to slightly push it back. But this is when an actually non-dead 17 shows up and alongside Vegeta take out Jiren with themselves. Goku would win and be the only fighter standing. He would then wish for every universe to be revived. And that's where our story ends. There would be no Broly, as Broly's already brought to Earth, or not Earth, another planet in Universe 7. And Vegeta is actually in another universe, so he would actually not be being revenged upon by Paragus. And the Mora arc isn't finished, so we won't be continuing this series onto that. But talking about us, make sure to subscribe to both me and Nitro. His channel will be linked below and on the screen right now. Make sure to click the video up on the screen as well to watch the next one, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.